Yeah, got your message. What's so urgent?
Oh, great. Look, I want you to close your eyes.
What?
I'm going to close your eyes. I'm going to close your eyes.
Why?
Because I want you to keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
Because I have a surprise for you. Come on.
Ooh, all right.
Close the door here. Keep your eyes closed. No peeking.
Don't walk me in there.
Okay. Yes. No, you're all right. Just keep on going.
Okay.
Walk, walk, walk.
Surprise.
Walk, walk. Okay. I want you to stand right there.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to bump into somebody. I'll be right here.
Okay.
What is it, Blair? What?
Wait a minute. Okay. Turn around. Open up your eyes. Ta-da! So what do you think? I saw this costume in a catalog and I ordered it down from New York. It's perfect for the Queen of the Fairies, Titania or Tidy or whatever her name is, for Midsummer Night's Dream. It's just... What's so funny? That was fun.
Ah, man, those morning swims are the best. You know, I could do that every day.
Well, I do. Marty makes sure I'm in that pool twice a day, actually.
Yes, and Bart has you in the whirlpool, what, 30 minutes every afternoon?
Yeah. I do have to admit, though, I do like being underwater. Makes me feel like everything's right again.
Look, you know, I've got Max's van here. I could drop you by the community center. It's right on the way.
Yeah, I'm sure the kids would love to see you.
No, not today, Marty.
Go with you.
All right, fine. I tell you what, Andy, you take me to the community center, and Marty, you go to your classes because you've missed way too many of them already.
Well, you know what? I'd rather be with you. I'm afraid if something happened, I wouldn't be there.
You can't babysit me every single second of the day.
You're right. You're right, I'm sorry. You'll be fine. Okay, thanks. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, here.
Thanks. See ya. So, about that weather we're having lately, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Marty, can you come here a second? Can you just calm down here a second? Please. It's okay. Just calm down.
I said I want to see those test results now, and I want to know exactly why I got sick. And I want out of here!
Nice lungs, Carl.
Oh.
Especially for somebody who looked like he was dead yesterday. You know, you still do.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm working on something for the banner, and I thought you should see it.
What now?
It's your obituary. I thought you might like to take a look at it, make any last-minute changes before it's too late.
Okay, Pops, have a chair and the doc will see you.
Oh, wait a minute. I know you. You are Monty Falwell. Used to work my range across the river.
What?
You ruined one of my best stallions. You rode Mustard right to the ground and put him away wet. That horse cost me $20,000. That'll break your neck. Hell, I will break it.
Hey, wait, hold on, big guy. Sit down.
Okay.
Relax. The doc will see you in a sec. Hey, Doc!
Pick up the phone, hold, and pick it up. I've got to get out of this hellhole.
Why are you calling Max? Oh, my God. Have you finally come to your senses?
Okay. Hello? Hello? Goodbye. Coming.
Oh. Well, if it isn't the snooping sister, looking a little frazzled, I might add. How you doing?
You know very well how I'm doing. I spent an absolutely miserable humiliating night in the hospital security office because of you.
Whoa, let she who is without sin cast the first stone.
Don't quote scripture to me, Holden.
Face it, Maggie, if you're gonna break into a hospital laboratory and spy on people, you gotta face the consequences, humbling as they may.
I want to know what you were doing there, what you were really doing.
Well, I was playing doctor with about the hottest lab technician in Eastern Pennsylvania, which is not a crime. Being a peeping Tom, however, is a felony and a very sick practice, Maggie. I'm actually losing a little respect for you. I wonder what your mother superior would
Will you
think.
stop making a joke out of all this? I happen to know you're involved in some conspiracy, and Renee is involved with it, too.
She is?
Yes, I've heard you two talking. I've seen you together.
Ooh, that takes an active imagination.
The two of you put something in Carl Hesser's wiener.
Excuse me?
At the 4th of July party. He almost died.
He didn't.
And then you were way too interested in how those computers work in the hospital lab, so I know something is up there,
Wow,
too.
you're seeing conspiracies everywhere, aren't you? Why don't you write the next book on JFK's assassination?
Stop trying to be funny.
Stop being silly.
Okay, fine. If this is the way you want it, you leave me no choice. I'm just going to have to go to the police.
I can't let you do that.
If you're using the phone, you must be well. Why are you calling Matt?
Doc, I tell you right now, I am just fit as a fiddle. I found a way to get rid of that ghost, Wingate Holden. See, if you talk to a ghost on the phone, they go back to the grave and they stay there.
Oh. Well, that's fine. I'm sure the ghost is back where he belongs.
You have got that right. Oh, I'm a free man.
No. You're in a mental hospital where you belong, called Mountain View. Oh, God, I hate to see you this way.
What's the matter? Do I look blue? Last night, I turned blue. I kept seeing myself glow in the dark.
I just hope that the Asa that I married, wherever he is, deep down inside, I hope that he realizes why I had to commit you. I hope he realizes that I acted out of love.
The truth, Doc. Are you married?
Yes. I'm married to you. Even though you don't remember it.
You're a married woman. We should not be holding hands like this. I bet your husband wouldn't like it. I mean, you can never tell what a jealous husband will do if he gets in his head that his lying bitch of a wife is cheating on him.
Listen, going to the police is a bad idea, okay?
No, it's not okay. You're mixed up in something, and whatever it is, I know it's wrong.
You don't know anything.
Then tell me what's going on.
Look, just stay out of it.
One good reason.
Because I asked?
Give me another good reason.
Because if you do something, you're going to cause nothing but trouble.
I'm going to cause trouble. You're plotting to murder someone, and I'm going to cause trouble.
When did I ever say anything about murdering someone?
I practically caught you red-handed, and Carlo almost died.
No, he didn't. He got a bad bellyache and some embarrassing bowel problem, but he's better.
Yeah, I know he's better because the security guards let me go check in at the nurse's station in the morning before they're hauling my butt off the hospital grounds.
Well, then what's the big deal?
Max, your plan didn't work. All right, you didn't kill him, so just stop it now. Don't kill him with whatever you're doing with these computers.
Lord God in heaven, what are you talking about? What am I going to do? Press his delete button, hit him with a mouse, maybe kill him with a fast double click? What is with you?
No, that's my question to you.
No, you've been crazy ever since you got back from Boston.
You've been acting so strange.
By doing what?
By, first of all, pushing me away when you know all I want to do is help.
Why? Why do you want to help?
I already told you because I feel like you're about to do something that's going to imperil your immortal soul, and I feel I have to stop you.
Why are you obsessing about this?
Because I'm afraid for you. We're friends. Remember, in fact, we're more than friends.
Oh?
Yes. We're very good friends, or at least I thought we were. Now, will you tell me what you're up to?
Okay, Maggie, I am doing something to help someone who was hurt by Carlo, okay?
You'll have to do better than that.
But Maggie, Maggie, you're a nun, right? Don't you have none things to do like ministering to the poor, feeding the sick, and, playing a guitar?
I am going to save your soul whether you like it or not, and that is why I'm going to give you one more chance to tell me the truth. Well, go ahead. I'm waiting.
That's it. Just breathe in. Okay, one more. That's good. God, I'm so glad you were here. I wouldn't have known what to do. Just hyperventilating a little. You're better now.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. My leg just started to spasm, and I just panicked.
It's okay. You're okay now. Hey, why don't I go ahead and get the van, and I'll meet you guys in a few minutes, okay? Great. Okay. Thanks. You know, you're gonna get these spasms every once in a while. You're not gonna know when they come, but it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing you can't handle.
Marty, please stop saying that I can handle everything. Who are we kidding here? Can't handle anything.
For heaven's sake, Patrick, what are you laughing at? I think I look pretty damn good in this
Hey, you look
dress.
good wrapped in newspaper. It's not that.
Oh, what is it then?
Are you done adjusting yourself? Good. The costume, it looks ridiculous. We're not doing Alice in Wonderland here.
Why does it look ridiculous?
Why, it looks like something out of a bad opera.
You know what? I can't even believe that you're saying this. I ordered this from Harrigan Outfit out of New York. They shipped it down here overnight, and all you can do was just stand there and insult me.
No, I'm not insulting you.
You are insulting me.
What is that thing on your head? What is that thing?
You know what? This is right here on the... I'm trying to be a good producer here.
Oh, you are. You're a very good producer, and you've worked very hard, and I'm sorry. I've worked hard, too. I've worked in the production plants. I'm tired. And when I'm tired, my manners go out the window. What's left of them?
So what you're saying is this dress sucks.
Yeah. See, my concept of this production is that there's a company of traveling actors that come into Angel Square and put on this show. And the costumes should be what the local kids throw together.
Throw together?
Yeah. I mean, you remember being a kid and playing dress-up with your mother's clothing and,
No, actually, I don't, Patrick. I was raised in an orphanage.
I'm sorry. This will be a new experience for you, then.
Yeah. 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 So I guess this is just a little large, huh?
It's,
You know what? I have a great idea. I do. You just do whatever you need to do down here. I'm going to change. Hold your horses. I will be right back.
Take your time. Plenty of work to do. Cutting this play. Ay me. For aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth.
Look, I know this is hard for you. I am not trying to minimize the problems that you're going to have to deal with every day. I didn't mean for it to come out
Marty,
like that.
It's okay. I mean, I'm the one who's acting crazy here.
Well, no, I mean, you're dealing with some really rough psychological adjustments. The way you've been living your whole life has changed.
Yeah, it has. I mean, one minute I'm complaining, trying to push you away from me, and the next minute I'm feeling sorry for myself. You know what? If I could take back every negative thing that I said to you, I would.
Hey, why don't we just pretend that today's brand new? And so are we. Now, look, I have a feeling that Andy's got the car and the van, and we'll...
No, I'm not going to the community center.
You said you were.
Yeah, I know what I said, and I changed my mind. You're absolutely right. I can't do anything without you around. I mean, what if this happens again?
Okay. I'll go with you.
No. You can't do that. You just go on back to your classes. I'll be fine.
Hey, going to my classes is not as important as making sure you're okay.
Marty, yes, it is. Look, it doesn't matter whether I go to the community center or not. Nobody gives a darn down there about it. Neither do I.
That's not true.
Look, I just want to go back up to the room. All right?
Mr. Buchanan, in a very short time, I'm going to be going home, and this will be nothing but an unpleasant memory. There's no need to write my obituary.
I don't know, Carlo. You were one very sick puppy yesterday. Besides, the Banner prefers to keep our obits on file and updated. As we prefer to say, when you're ready to go, we're ready to go.
Very amusing.
Thank you. Come on, Carlo. You might not be as lucky next time. Wouldn't you like to leave this world with a clear conscience? At least make sure your obituary is fully updated and accurate? For the record, of course.
Oh. Maggie, all I can tell you is I did not and will not try to kill anyone, Carlo Hesser included, okay?
No, it's not.
Well, it'll have to do.
Fine. Then you leave me no choice.
Maggie, you can't go to the police.
Why not?
Because then what I'm planning might become public and then Carlo would find out.
Yeah, and if he does?
Maybe you haven't noticed, but Carlo Hesser's not a very nice person. Strange things happen to people that cross him, like they're never heard from again. My ex-wife, Gabrielle, was very lucky. She's only spending most of her adult life in prison because of Carlo. Do you happen to remember the bomb in the palace? The man is capable of anything, Maggie. If you go to the police, he's going to come after me, and the odds are I will be dead. Now, do you want that on your conscience?
Asa, my goodness. If you're going to be ranting and raving about how your wives have cheated on you, well, then you and I certainly can't have much of a conversation, can we? Besides, I can't even imagine why you would be talking about or worried about that with me.
Liar.
Asa.
No, lies. Wingate Holden told nothing but lies about me.
I thought we were past that ghost business.
Well, you know what happens to liars. They get their comeuppance. Oh, do they ever?
I'm going to go get the doctor. And this one is going to give you a little something to settle your brain.
Not another doctor.
I want you to know that this is going to hurt me much more than it's going to hurt you.
Max, you know I would never want any harm to come to you.
Good, then stay out of it.
But if Carlo were out to murder you because he found out that you were trying to do something to hurt him, oh, for the love of God, will you just tell me what's going on?
I can't. I gotta answer the phone. Hello?
You gotta help me, Holden.
What?
I need help. They are talking about doing something to my brain. Alex wants to shut me up.
Wait a minute. Wait, just 1 minute.
Don't let it happen. I'm begging you, Holden.
Oh, well, there won't be any need for the phone now.
Asa! Asa, you there? Asa! Asa, what are they planning to do to you? Asa!
All right, let's see. Oberon, King of the Fairies, is getting set to cast his magic spell. If I can find it. Here we go. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids late will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creatures that it sees. Talk about sleeping eyelids.
Patrick? How do I look?
What do you think? You know, the minute I opened up my closet, I knew exactly what you were talking about, Patrick. Of course, the kids want to open up their own closets and pull out the things that they think their character should look like. I mean, who in the world has Elizabethan clothes, right? I mean, I just thought since I was producing, I would do it all out. But, you know, all they have is what they have. I was just taking that Elizabethan thing way too literally. What we'll do is we'll get yards and yards of little gauze and cotton and... What?
Nothing.
Patrick. What's the matter with you? I think what the idea that you came up with was wonderful. I mean, it's youthful, it's romantic, it's exactly what all young women want to look like. It reminds you of Marty, doesn't it?
May I tell you something? I know you think that I don't really understand what you're feeling right now, but I do. I mean, at least on some level, I really do. But after I was raped, and I went to the police, and it was in all the papers, I started feeling like I was this thing this thing to be pitied or scorned or whatever. And the first couple times that I went out in public, it was hell. It really was. But then I got a little stronger, and I looked at it and thought, wait a minute. If these people are staring at me, which they probably weren't as much as I thought they were, but if they were, it was not my problem, it was theirs.
Right. I don't have a problem being in public. That's not what this is about. I don't want to go to the community center today.
Well, that's too bad, you know, because I think those kids would really love having you there.
Marty, maybe you should just do like we said, and you should go home and go back to class.
I can make up my classes any time,
No,
Dylan.
you can't. I really wish you'd do me a favor and stop being a martyr. Marty, my life may be wrecked, but you don't have to wreck yours in spite of
give me a break. I'm not being a martyr. I'm trying to be your wife, but you won't let me do that. You won't let me help you. You won't let me love you. What the heck are I supposed to do? I'm sick of it.
Come on, Carlo. Why won't you just come clean?
I am clean, Kevin, believe me. After what those doctors did to me last night, I'm cleaner than you want to know.
It's very funny.
Yes, my sense of humor is legendary.
You see, now I didn't know that. There's another little tidbit for your obit.
Fine. Why don't you do it in your office? What, are you going to find something incriminating in my copy of The Sun? You know, young man, you might not have been born a Buchanan, but you certainly have grown into one. Arrogant, smug, strutting through life, thinking you're better than everyone else.
Tell you what, Carlo. Admit you're Poseidon. That you masterminded all those assassinations in Ireland, that you planted the bomb in the Palace Hotel, and on my word of honor, I will give you as much space as you need in the banner to explain to people why you had to do those things.
Oh, for God's sake, Kevin, what the hell are you going to accomplish by coming in here and harassing me like this? What is it, Kevin, a slow news day? Or do you enjoy sneering at people as they're lying in a bed, huh?
Carlo, I'm not sneering. I'm just looking for the truth.
Fine. The truth is I'm innocent. Regardless of what you and the other Buchanans think, I'm innocent.
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Get out of my room, Kevin. No.
Fine. I just thought I'd make my offer on the obit and maybe extend a little sympathy.
Oh, you know, I had this really lovely floral arrangement picked out for your funeral, too.
Forget it. I'm walking out of here stronger than before. Save your sympathy for your grandfather. Ace is the one who'll need it now.
Max, why would Asa Buchanan be calling you? What do you want? What's wrong?
I'm not sure.
I thought you hated Asa.
I do. The old man sounded awfully desperate. I wish I knew what was going on in the hospital.
What hospital?
Mountain View, that's where they're holding him.
Oh, that hospital. Well, why? Why would he call you for help? I mean, why not one of his own sons? Why would the two of you be fighting like that in public at the country club and then the next day be toasting at Serenity Springs? Unless the two of you are involved in some kind of conspiracy, which means he's not so crazy.
Maggie, would you just stay out of it? Just drop it.
Oh, I am so close,
Maggie, just back off, all right? I told you what Carlo could do. He could do the same thing to you. Now stop it. Now. Hi, I'm calling about a patient. Yeah, his name is Asa Buchanan. I'm not sure what room he's in. Oh, this is an old friend of his. No, I just need to speak with him for 1 minute. What kind of treatment? What are you guys doing to him? No, wait, just wait. Asa's not allowed any visitors. They're doing something to him, some kind of treatment.
Oh, I thought it was so strange the way you two were fighting in public like that.
Oh, would you just 86 this conspiracy theories? Just wish there were some way to find out if Ace is all right.
I know a way.
Tell me.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to help and I'm yelling at you.
Marty,
I'm just frustrated.
stop. It's not your fault. This whole thing's my fault. The whole argument is just because of the mere fact that I don't want to feel like I'm dependent upon you or anybody.
I know. Please, let's just do what I said. Please, just pretend like this is a brand new day and that this is new for us too, okay? We can do whatever you want.
Well, I'm kind of tired from that swim, so I think I'm just going to go upstairs and rest.
Okay, I'll take you up.
No. It's okay. I can go myself. Thank you, though. And Andy, thank you. Maybe another time, all right?
Sure. Another day.
Yeah.
You okay? Yeah, gosh, it gets so hard sometimes. I know. He needs me, but the more he needs me, he resents needing me. It's just, you know, and I'm not going to sit here and start feeling sorry for myself because I've done more than a lifetime's worth of that.
Well, maybe you have good reason to.
You know what, though? It's no way to live. Just, you know, Antonio. What's up with Antonio?
Well, yeah, everything's fine, I guess.
What do you mean, you guess?
Well, you know, he doesn't like phones, so, you know.
He hasn't called you?
He hasn't called. I mean, I even went out and bought a phone machine for his apartment, and there's always an answering machine in my room at Max's.
So call him.
No. No, he made it very clear. He was sending a very clear signal when he left that he wanted time alone to think about things after they wouldn't open his case and he couldn't get his name cleared.
Right.
And I'm not going to interfere with that.
Okay.
And besides, you know, if he wants to see me, he knows where to find me.
That sounds good. But he loves you. So he will come around.
I hope so.
I'm sorry, I was half asleep.
It's okay.
What you're wearing is lovely. It's fine.
Patrick, look, hey. This is me. You don't have to cover around me, all right? It was obvious that you were thinking of Marty.
No, no.
Mm-hmm. It's me.
Yeah. For a second, you looked just like her. If, I'm trying so hard to get out of my mind. If I could only just lose her picture and just lose it forever.
I know.
God, I tried so hard.
I know that, too. You know, sometimes when we focus on those precious memories and they just burn and burn until the pain... You know what? I've got an idea. Something that we can do together to get beyond this pain.
I can go to Mountain View myself and see how he's doing.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
I can go with his spiritual advisor. What's so wrong with that?
Aside from the fact that Ace is not Catholic, and aside from the fact that they're not allowing visitors?
No, you'd be surprised how hospital people react when they meet a nun, and if I'm there to give a patient
You'd be wasting your time.
Well, then I'll be wasting my time. But frankly, if you're this worried about Ace, I'm worried about him, too, and I want to see what's going on.
Hold it, you're doing this to help me, because if you want to help me, stay out of it.
I'm not doing it to help you, so relax, okay? I'm doing it because it's the humane thing to do. Look, I'm not interested in getting caught up in any bizarre scheme you're trying to pull off, whatever it may be, which you are not going to tell me. I just want to see how Mr. Buchanan is doing.
Fine, fine. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. Go, dude, take your best shot. They're not going to let you in.
We'll see about that.
Sorry, Ace, but I can't help you. Because it might jeopardize the plan. So you're just going to have to tough it out, old man. Of course, if anyone can do it, you can. Feeding's disease. Mm-hmm. Ooh, sounds exotic.
Do you like exotic?
I'm crazy about exotic.
Good answer.
What's the prognosis?
Sorry to say he died last night. They say it was transmitted by some mutant strain of bacteria from Africa. See, the bacteria gets into the human bloodstream.
Perfect.
And...
Goodbye, Mr. Lamonaco. Your new name is Hesser. Carlo. And Carlo? You've got a new diagnosis. Hello, is this Lambview Hospital? Oh, it is. Good. Thank you very much. My name is Seymour Hesser. I'm sure you know my uncle, Carlo Hesser, the famous Carlo Hesser. Good. Isn't it amazing? We thought he was dead. Now, we're so happy he came back to life, but I digress. Anyway, I've been out of the country and I just got back. Unfortunately, I live on the West Coast, which is 3,000 miles away. You know, unfortunately, I just heard that my dear uncle's sick, and he's like a father to me. Well, actually, my father died when I was very young, but, well, that's another story. Anyway, I heard he was sick, and I just need to know what's wrong with him. What do you mean you can't tell me? I've got to know. Is he sick? I mean, he already lost him once. We can't lose him again. What does he have? You can't tell me. I mean, I need to know. Do I need to pack my bags and come right now? I mean, is it fatal? Sure, you'll only tell me he's in stable condition. Nothing else? Well, what am I supposed to do, huh? Fine. I only hope that someday you're sick and dying and your loved ones are trying to reach you. Goodbye. Ron.
So, is that black enough for you?
Yes, thank you.
Almost as black as that hole that you feel that you've slipped into, hmm?
Yeah, just about.
Okay. So you want to hear my idea?
Well, now, listen, but I don't know if what you have to say...
It is not impossible.
No, it may not be impossible, but it is improbable. Can't change the past, and memories linger.
Yeah. I know that this is a tall order, but do you remember when I told you that I was going to stop hanging out in the past?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Well, that is what has set me free, Patrick.
was not going to hang out in the past anymore, that every day, I was going to give up on that revenge that I had for Marty about Todd. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. It has changed me. I have moved on. Patrick, I feel better. I am better.
Good. That's all well and good, Blair, but, well, I'm trying to forget, but maybe I haven't had as much time.
No. Oh, the secret is not. The trick is not to forget. The trick is to focus on the present. Present. Hey, I'll make a pact with you, okay?
Well, what kind of pact?
We are going to stay in the here and now. We're going to concentrate on the play that we're doing. We're going to stay so busy. And we're going to keep an eye on each other to take care of each other, okay?
Just like a Yank, another self-help plan.
That's right. And whenever I see you backsliding, or whenever you see me backsliding, we'll do a hand gesture, something like.
Like this?
Yeah, you can do it. Hey, this is good. So, you ready to make the deal?
Well, I will try. I can't promise anything, but...
Are you ready to make the deal?
Is there a way that Americans might shake hands without spitting in them first?
No, not this American.
Cheers.
Why don't we both just head out? I'm actually going to try to get to a pharmacology lecture and then get back here in time to have lunch with Dylan. If I don't, he forgets to eat. You noticed how much weight he's lost?
Now, what about you?
What?
Look, I admire how much you always look after Dylan, and where you get the patience sometimes, I'll never know. I know how much it means to him. All I'm saying is, don't forget yourself in the process.
I'm fine.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, I will be. It's my decision, remember?
And I know how difficult it was for you.
Yeah, but I'm going to stick with it. And everything's going to work out. Eventually, Dylan and I will have a good life together. I know it. I mean, I might have to sit down once in a while and remind myself of that, but, it's going to be fine.
Well, I hope so, Marty.
Oh, I really do.
Okay. Gotta go.
Yeah. See?
No. I ain't going anywhere with him. I told you, he ruined one of our best horses. You can't trust him to do anything right.
It's just a therapy session, Mr. Buchanan.
And I'm not going to take part in it. I want my grandson, Nigel. I'm going to call him.
No, not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Darling, you really don't need to worry. We're going to take very good care of you.
You are?
Yes, sweetheart.
Then when can I see my wife, Renee? Woman, whoever you are, when your husband finds out what you're doing behind his back, it's going to get real ugly.
Asa? My husband's doctor ordered electroshock therapy treatments for him, and I want you to get those ready for him right now.
Really? Well, I thought I saw something about a heart problem here.
Yes, well, his doctor is very familiar with his medical history, and he's only prescribed enough electroshock therapy to ease his mind.
Electroshock. Well, I'll need the full staff for that.
Fine. Call them and do it now. I want you to take Mr. Buchanan to the electroshock room and do whatever needs to be done to calm my husband down.
Hey, Max.
Hey, Kev.
I just came by to see if there's any news on Mr. Hesser. I was in there earlier seeing if he wanted to update his obituary. You know, mix a couple of facts in with all the bull. But wouldn't you know it, he didn't want to cooperate.
Imagine that. He's better, huh?
Yeah, says he feels great. Shucks.
Well, you never know, Kevin. Tragedy has a way of striking when you least expect it.
Maybe. I'm gonna go see if I could find out anything from the nurses. Take care.
You too.
I must say, it's about time, Doctor. I assume those are my release forms.
Mr. Hesser.
Yes? What's wrong?
These lab reports. I'm afraid I've got very bad news, Mr. Hesser.